Good morning everyone. In this video I'm going to be analysing EU and DXY live price action to see what opportunities there are available for today. You'll see my strategy and technical analysis, so if you're interested in those, stick around. I'm going to start here on the daily chart. We can see yesterday we had a massive bearish day on CPI. We finally broke down and filled this daily fair value gap here that's been existing since November. So now that fair value gap is complete, we may see price start to find some support here. You can also see previous daily high and previous daily low. We have spiked through the previous daily low already, so that means we've taken some sell side liquidity this morning. Let's go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour chart, we can see that we are still in a bearish structure. We was within this leg. We pulled back to this 4 hour fair value gap here, and now we've since broken down again, creating a new lower low. One thing you may notice when we're in these trends is price doesn't always come up to a premium and may leave like premium POIs behind, right? Which we'll come back to on another day. So anyway, on the 4 hour, we filled the fair value gap on the daily as discussed. We're also now within this 4 hour order block on the 4 hour chart where that bullish move originated from. So as per my notes here, we've swept sell side liquidity and a POI mitigated in the discount because we are in a discount of this new leg here. So we're in a deep discount. We've taken out previous weekly low, daily fair value gap's been filled, 4 hour order block is now mitigated, and we swept the previous daily lows for some more sell side liquidity. So we could reasonably expect now, stacking up these confluences, that price may pull back for the short term bullish. So we'll look in the 1 hour and see if that agrees as well. You can see how yesterday we mitigated that 1 hour POI, and that was on news, and we broke down completely, filling these POIs here. Overnight, price made, a small little bullish pullback, and now it's broken down again, but we've closed in the previous hour as a sweep. That would give me the indication that yes, with that low test type candle, that price has taken that sell side liquidity and may head higher. Now, it's reasonable to assume we would head up here into this premium POI as a price draw. However, you notice here I have this POI on the 1 hour, which will serve as resistance. So it looks like short term wise, at least, I would expect a bullish pullback at least up till this point here. However, we can't assume just because we have these POIs and sell side liquidity mitigated that price won't continue lower, right? So we do still want to see, even for this pullback, we want to see an M15, preferably structure shift, or an M5 after taking out these sell side liquidity points and POIs. On the M15, this is what it currently looks like. You can see, we've taken the Asia sell side liquidity, previous day lows, and we're finding some sort of support. We may create structure and pull back long. This beautiful sell side liquidity trend line was all taken out this morning. Price mitigated this M15 POI from the previous day and fell nicely. So those Asia traders probably catch that. Let's briefly look at yesterday's move before I move on to DXY. Couldn't execute this unfortunately because it was literally on the release of CPI. This was a POI I was looking at from Monday. I wanted price to break down and pull back to, so I had it marked out. You'll see that in yesterday's video. It was a great trade. Price just pulled into this M15 POI within the 1 hour order block, broke down for a 1 to 8.55 in total. Probably wouldn't have held it that long, but either way, on news within 15 to 20 minutes, it's 8.5 R, right, which is an amazing trade. So unfortunately unable to get in those trades, and if you see my video yesterday, I was also considering the longs after this sweep here, but we didn't get that pullback either. So there was no trades yesterday at all, but there was the possibility and the opportunities were there. So let's go over to DXY and see if it agrees with our bias for at least a short-term bullish pullback. DXY daily chart, again, of course, massive bullish candle yesterday in CPI. Prices filled the weekly fair value gap. We still have a massive daily fair value gap to fill, unlike on EU. So of course there is that risk of price going further, more bullish, which would go against, you know, any indication of a bullish pullback on EU, right? But at this moment, you can see we're in one weekly fair value gap, POI. We have, you know, taken out these previous weekly highs, and today you can see we've just about swept the previous daily high for some buy side liquidity. So we are within some POIs to serve as resistance. This would be an order block, I guess, as well on the daily, and we have touched into that. Let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour structure is obviously bullish. You can see we have this leg here, right? This is a 4 hour order block down here. Price has spiked above the previous day high, and we have a fair value gap down here to draw price. So yes, it's the same as EU. It's given some indications from these higher time frame POIs here that we may come back lower into a discount. Obviously a weekly fair value gap develops over a week, so it may just be that we close the week below this line rather than today, of course. Same picture again on the 1 hour as with EU, they're very in sync. We have our bullish leg, price pulled back slightly and then came and swept those previous highs, which left behind now a 1 hour order block to serve as some sort of support where we could possibly continue from, even though we will be in a premium and within a discount on EU. It could continue from there following the trend. However, we're aware that we have these POIs here to draw price, which will go with at least short-term confluence of a bullish EU. So I think EU and DXY overall are well aligned. They've both taken, you know, the buy side liquidity on DXY and the sell side liquidity on EU. We're awaiting for price structure to form on EU, preferably on the 15 minute. It may happen first on the 5 minute, of course. We may see, you know, this low hold here and then we break above the high again and come back down, something like this. And then we go higher. However, we do have this 1 hour order block as a resistance on both DXY and EU. So price may not be bullish for long, but at least on the short term, we can have a possible bullish retracement into this massive news fair value gap, which usually gets filled, of course. So that's my bias for today. That's what I'll be looking for, short-term longs. But however, of course, if we break down, we don't stay as a sweep, you know, on EU and DXY, we'll look for shorts to continue with the momentum, especially from this 1 hour POI. Once we reach this point, I'll look for structure to shift again for the bearish outlook, right? So I hope you gained value from that. Anything that wasn't fully explained, let me know in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more, and I'll see you guys soon.